Coach, Thanksgiving week coming up. You guys getting ready to hit the road and, well, hit the air. Technically, you're heading up to Anchorage, Alaska, and we'll get to that here in just a little bit for a 3-game stint against the Aces up there. But 4-9 on the season. You get a win at home Saturday night over Kalamazoo. A big part of that being a new goalie making his debut for you guys on Saturday night, Cody Reichert. There we go. I got it right that time. Cody
Even
Reichert.
Practiced earlier,
I even
too.
practiced ahead of time. Anyway, Cody makes his debut, 41 saves. Just sounds like a tremendous effort on his part. I know you guys were having some struggles getting some goalies to the team because of injuries and whatnot. So take us through how Cody got to the team and just how impressed you were with his debut as an Iceman.
Yeah, I think, with Cody sitting at home and, he has a great past, obviously, in collegiate hockey and in pro. And, he was just sitting on the couch, like he said, after the game. And he got a call and drove in and played, after driving from Indianapolis for 3.5 hours. So threw him right into the net. He didn't have much time to think about it. And, he just gave us, a real calming effect back there. I mean, it was nice to have a guy that, would make the save, cover the rebound, and, make the routine saves that we needed and weren't getting at that time. So, Cody came in and did a great job and was deservedly first star of the game.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the one that came in from Peoria? No.
Indianapolis.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know John Peterson, your director of broadcasting media relations, was in last week and talked about how you guys had this abundance of goalies to, for what it's worth to start the season. And then injuries kind of knocked things around a little bit. You guys were really struggling last week to try to find you had a goalie on the roster, but you needed a backup. Was that the story?
Yeah, we did. We had one goalie left out of the 3, and Greenham and Bensberg had both gone down, and it's unusual, but we had Asmundsson, and he played in Wheeling and played okay. We lost 4-2, and then coming up to the Wednesday-Friday game, we didn't get much goaltending at all. And it was unfortunate because we played, I thought, a real strong game against Orlando, came back from 3-1 down to go up 4-3 in the second, and, the goals they scored just weren't great goals. And, it's disheartening to your team when you work that hard and you look back and you see a goal go in for them, and you're like, geez, we've had 3 breakaways and we got nothing. And they're getting shots from the outside that are going in. So it was great to get Cody because the guys, worked hard on Saturday and deserved the win.
Well, as you said, it was kind of a tale of 2 different games. You get you lose Friday night to Orlando. You get the win over Kalamazoo on Saturday. What was different between those 2 games? You said obviously Orlando caught some breaks there towards the end. Are we still struggling to get the puck in the net? I know it's kind of been a running theme for the first couple of weeks of the season here. Still having struggles trying to finish things off when you're on opponent's ice?
Yeah, I think, having 7 goals the last 2 games is great for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we haven't had 2 games together where we've scored 7 goals. If we can score 3.5 per game, we're with one of the we're one of the top teams in the league scoring. So I think that's where we need to stay. I think the guys are getting more comfortable. We're creating way more opportunities. I think we must have had 7 or 8 breakaways in the 2 games Friday, Saturday, and we didn't score once. But we got those opportunities that we're not giving to other teams, and we've been working on breakaways this week just about every day to try and get guys, and when they do get those opportunities to finish them. Mm-hmm. But still, even with that, not scoring on the breakaway, we did get 4 goals Saturday and 3 goals Friday, and that's where we want to stay.
Well, we've talked about over the weeks about not being able to put the puck in the net, and you were able to do that this weekend. Does that come from just the guys getting more experience as they play more games, learning the speed of this game, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. It's a good point you bring up. And, our speed has definitely created opportunities for us. And, we're a team of young guys who haven't scored a lot at this level, but are starting to score and starting to get their confidence. And we've changed the lineup a bit with Mark Antoine coming in, Jordan Sims coming in, other guys coming into the lineup that weren't playing before. And, to get a win is great, but, we've got to follow it up with 2 in a row. We haven't done it all year. And, it's a big test for us Friday to see if we can continue what we started on the weekend.
Well, you get a win, and morale obviously is different when you win. And it, like you said, if you can string 2, 3, 4 together, I mean, best case scenario, it'd be awesome to take this ungodly trip to Alaska
right,
and win 3 in a row.
Sure.
And come back on a 4-game win streak. But the getting a win in practice, I mean, you got to notice in the guys, it just kind of puts a little pep in their step, so to speak.
Yeah, it does. I mean, our practice yesterday and today were, fun. Guys are having a great time. Like you said, they're all smiling and laughing, and the depression of losing kind of leaves, and you're on that win for this week, which is great for us. So I think it's just what the doctor ordered, and hopefully Friday night we can follow it up with a win.
Evansville IceMen head coach Al Sims joining us for In the Crease. It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3 and online, ESPNEvansville.com. Let's get into this trip this weekend. First trip for the team to go up to Alaska, take on the Aces, a team you just saw, was it a week or so ago at the Ford Center? They came here. You got a 3-game stretch, Friday night, Saturday night, and a Sunday game as well. What I noticed in looking at your schedule is the time listed for the start of these games on Friday and Saturday is 11:15 at night, our time. So obviously there's I believe a 3-hour difference between here and Anchorage.
Yeah, there is.
Is there any concern of a jet lag, or how do you approach that as a coach when there is that significant of a time difference?
Well, I think the team's taking care of that. They're flying us up there a day early rather than going in on a Thursday and playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going in on a Wednesday. Gives us all day Thursday to acclimate to the difference in time, and you're eating at different times, going to bed at different times, and hopefully by Friday and Saturday we're on Alaska time, and then of course coming back we play the next night after we get back.
Yeah.
So again we're acclimating to 3 hours earlier. So, but I think the team has helped by taking us up there and giving us an extra day up there.
Now, is there any plans? Thursday being Thanksgiving, do you guys have anything set for the team since you don't have a game
we
that
don't
day?
really, but there are some fans coming up with us. I think there's either 6 families or 3 families, and they'd like to have Thanksgiving dinner with us. So I think we'll all get together and
find somewhere in
all
Anchorage.
The people from Evansville find a place in Anchorage where we can sit down and have some turkey.
Obviously, you guys you've just seen this Alaska team again, as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago at the Ford Center, and I think is this coming weekend, will that be the last time you guys see Alaska, or is there another series scheduled between?
I'm pretty sure
two?
this is probably the last time.
Okay.
We will see them.
So what kind of takeaways can you take from the previous game, which I think Alaska won that game, if my memory serves correct.
6-2.
Yeah, 6-2.
Yeah.
So now you get a chance to go and do it on their ice and hopefully can return the favor to some degree. But is there takeaways that you took from that last game in game planning for this weekend and what they bring to the ice?
Yeah, I think after the Orlando game and the Kalamazoo game, as well as we played, and unfortunately Wednesday against Alaska, we didn't get much goaltending in that game. We used both goalies. I think both let in 3 goals and weren't very strong for us. And we created opportunities, but I thought they deserve the win. I mean, they outscored us, and I wouldn't say outplayed us, but I think they're a team that who was lost 8 in a row when they came into our building. So there were 2 struggling teams, and they played just a little more desperate than we did, and they got some goaltending that we didn't. But I think going up there now, it's our turn to go after them, and we beat a good Kalamazoo team, and we also beat Toledo the night before, and we also didn't beat, but came very close to securing a win against Orlando, who's one of the top teams in the league. So I think everything's really positive coming out of those games, and we just want to carry that into the next game. And what I told the players after the game against Orlando, I said, you guys set a standard in that game that I'm going to hold you to, and you're going to have to live up to that standard every night, because you showed me something you haven't showed me all year with the effort and everything they put together that game. They didn't get the win, but they did get the win the next night, and like I said, it's unfortunate we didn't get 2 wins, but they certainly played well enough to do that.
You had the opportunity, I assume, last weekend when he was in town. Dave Christian, who was a member of the 1980 Miracle on Ice team, was that had you met Dave before, or
we played against each other back in the day, so a long time ago. But came in my office and shook hands. And asked me what it was like to play with Bobby Orr, and I told him about it, and asked him what it was like to be in the dream team and everything. And it was a great to see an old player that you played against and from your era. And we had a lot of things in common that we talked about.
Did he let you hold the gold medal?
No, unfortunately, I didn't even get to see it. So
well, then we're one up on you.
Well,
you are. Yeah, you didn't wear it that day.
That was one I could pull off the bucket list.
Yeah,
Man,
for
was that
sure.
something?
That's
that
awesome.
was really cool.
Yeah, that must have been. Yeah.
We were talking about getting back into this series with Alaska and having you guys just seen them a couple of weeks ago. I think we've discussed this before, but refresh my memory. Do you watch film on your opponents? But because the games are obviously, you don't have a lot of time in between games generally. Sometimes you might have 5-6 days. Sometimes you've got games Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As far as game planning goes, do you just worry more about your team executing your game plan and not necessarily so much what that other team is going to bring to the ice? Because, one, the league and the rosters shift so frequently and that kind of thing. How do you go about handling that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's much different from the NFL. The NFL is so planned out and has so much time to get their players ready for a specific team. And here, we're, like you said, 3-4 games a week, and it's tough to get a scouting report in each team. But what we do is, after the game on Wednesday, which was Alaska, I will watch that game today. I'll put a scouting report together for the guys. It'll be posted in the room. They go up, they look at it, and then I'll go over some points that Alaska does really well that we have to prevent, and ways of us preventing what they want to do, and ways that we can exploit their weaknesses. So we do try to get a little bit of information on each team as much as we can. And I've watched Kalamazoo, and I've watched the Orlando game, and today I'll watch the Alaska game and get that report ready for them for Friday night. Is
that similar to how it's done at the NHL level as well? Is that
pretty
much the same way?
Yeah, it is. With them having the same amount of games, 80 games, it's difficult. But with assistant coaches in the NHL, you have a guy who does video, and can prepare videos for teams that are coming in and show the guys what they're doing. For me right now, with Johan gone back to Sweden, and we haven't even talked about that, but with him leaving, it's kind of doubled my workload. So now I'm doing the video for the guys and the scouting reports and everything else that goes along with it. A lot of stuff that Johan was taking care of, and I'm taking care of it now, and we'll try and do the best we can until he gets back.
Well, you mentioned Johan. How much can we discuss? What do we know? Is there a timetable for his return? Is he coming back? I'll leave that up to you.
I think Christmas is his return date, unless he gets to come back earlier. But I think he's looking at December 25th as his return flight, and. He had some family issues and had to go back and take care of them. His mom lives there, and obviously his wife and 3 girls are there. And, he is taking care of those things, and I talk to him just about every day and let him know what's going on and get his take if I need it on certain issues.
Great. That's Evansville IceMen head coach Al Sims getting ready for the long trip up to Anchorage, Alaska. 3-game stretch against the Alaska Aces, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, or is it a night game as well?
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. You can catch it all. Of course, the voice of the IceMen, John Peterson, will have it for you through their website, evansville.icemen.com. Safe travels. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. What form of it you celebrate with the fans?
Have a bear steak or something.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, have some elk. Enjoy some elk, something like that.
Catch fish with your bare hands. Yeah, you're in Alaska now, baby.
Yeah. As always, best of luck. And again, we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Yeah, I wish you guys and the fans happy Thanksgiving.